Now, Accra's urban flooding has become a major seasonal problem in many parts of the country, posing serious risks to both lives and property in the capital. Despite efforts from various stakeholders, including the government and international partners, to get it checked, the issue remains unresolved. As the Ghana Meteorological Agency predicts heavier rainfall for the upcoming season, this report from Citi News' Jude Duncan highlights Ghana's flood management readiness.
Despite interventions by the government, local authorities and international development partners to address Accra's perennial floods, the problem still persists and in some cases has gotten worse. Some buildings and roads, including major highways, are submerged by the floods during a heavy downpour. Accra's urban flooding has become a major seasonal problem in many parts of the country, posing serious risks to both lives and property. Analysts and development specialists have decried the dwindling resilience of the country's capital against floods during the rainy season. With the Ghana Meteorological Agency predicting an increase in rainfall intensity, the situation appears dire. In May 2023, the government of Ghana received $150 million in additional financing for the Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development Project, GARID, from the World Bank to improve flood risk management and solid waste management for over 2.5 million people in the Odo River Basin of the Greater Accra region. Speaking in an interview with Citi News, the Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority lamented the lack of action on the part of government agencies and local assemblies in finding lasting solutions to Accra's flooding challenges. The authority's urban development planner, Kekeli Kofi Amedro, spoke to Citi News.
Though we are making efforts to help monitor the district assemblies regarding their responsibilities and all that, those challenges still remain, and we really have to work in a more collaborative manner. We as citizens, the regulatory agencies, as well as the engineering agencies that are supposed to help with drainage and what have you. And GARID is doing a great job. They are trying to assist, but still the issues about, as I mentioned, our attitude regarding land uses, environmental behavioral manners are still the same.
The Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development Project, funded by the World Bank since its initiation in the aftermath of the June 3, 2015 flooding and fire disaster in Ghana, has been a major player in improving the country's flood risks and solid waste management. Kojo Kilson, a drainage engineer on the GARID project, has been explaining the work being done by the project to improve the capital's flood resilience, especially along the Odo River Basin.
GARID is basically looking at two strategies. We have what we term as the structural measures that essentially seeks to move the flood waters away from people and property. Then we also have the situation where we rather move the people away from. So it's that we move the water away from the people or property, then you move the people away. That's the early warning system. Okay, so for the structural measures, we are constructing a number of drains, expanding them. Then we are also dredging the Odo stretch from Caprice to the sea. That place has sort of a flood gradient. That means there's tendency of silt depositing there. So it becomes choked. And when it's choked, the water overflows. So the focus of the dredging is within that stretch. Currently, we started dredging close to the Koli Lagoon, and work is progressing now. Yes. Then when we come to the structural measures, the other measures, there's this Abufu Achimota. Yes, the drain has collapsed. The slabs have collapsed for over more than 10 years. Yes, that's one of our major projects. Work has started. The contractor has mobilized site. They are now setting out, and when they set out, they will demolish the old drain and then construct a new one.
GARID's solid waste management specialist, Henrietta Osetutu, also disclosed efforts by GARID to improve the waste management and their sensitization efforts.
Waste flows the same way water flows. So when it rains and you see waste in the Odo at Circle, the waste may not have emanated from Odo. The waste may have traveled all the way from Ebri along Pantan Medina, and it gets into Odo. So that's the first thing to say. And so as a project, we did an entire catchment-wide assessment to map the flow of waste, and also to estimate the quantities that are collected and those that are not collected. For those that are not collected, where does it go to? So we've done a flow mapping of waste as well as all recyclable materials that are taken out. And as a project, we do not work in silos. We work with existing institutions. So the district assemblies are really mandated to be in charge of solid waste management under their jurisdiction. We have different instruments targeting different groups of people. We've started off, for instance, we have an urban agenda on the GTV program targeting specific groups of people. We have a campaign running called Sesao Suban, which literally means change your habits, or Chake Mo Suban for most of the Ghana communities we are working in. And this campaign is airing on radio, aimed at really sending out specific target messages to pinch people to change their attitude for the positive. We also have, like we said, we are working with the assemblies. So we have the environmental health officers doing a lot of sensitization campaigns.
We've been joined by Engineer Osei Berima, who is the resident engineer here overseeing the dredging that is currently going on here at the Agbogloshi site on the Odona River. And he'll be giving us some insights into the work being done and also explain to us what they intend to achieve by the dredging activities ongoing. What exactly is happening here?
Currently, the contractor is dredging from the works have already been done. Some works have been done at the Odona Railway Bridge up to the Graphic Road Bridge, and from the Graphic Road Bridge to the Agbogloshi Bridge. So currently at this site, we are dredging from the Agbogloshi Bridge to the Odo confluence.
The question a lot of Ghanaians are asking really is, how does this improve our flood management, Accra's resilience to the floods? I mean, how does this single activity help to, because the rainy season is coming, we are being told by the experts, the Ghana Meteorological Agency have also warned that should there be any intense downpour, the floods will be very devastating. So how does this help in the overall management of the flooding situation in the country?
Yeah, this project will go a long way to help the flooding issues in the Odo River Basin. Odo River Basin. We have a lot of basins, but this project is tackling the Odo River Basin.
The Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development Project, GARID, is quite confident it's put in place the necessary measures and interventions needed to deal with what has become known as Accra's perennial challenge, that's flooding, ahead of the rainy season. Reporting from the Agbogloshi Odona River dredging site, my name is Jude Duncan for Citi News.